imefunuliwa. Kwenye hii episode ya leo, tunajifunza jinsi ya kuwa na mapenzi mazuri na pesa. Jinsi ya kuilinda, jinsi ya kuipenda, na jinsi ya kuitunza, ili siku utakapohitaji na wewe ikutunze pia. Mgeni wetu wa kutupiga msasa siku ya leo ni Neema Chamy. Every once in a while, tunapokea feedback kwamba podcast yetu ni ngumu kumeza. Ila sasa, tunafanyaje? Maana uhalisia wa stories za watu waliofanikiwa, ukiangalia na ukidadisi na ukiuliza maswali mazuri, unagundua kwamba it wasn't easy. Kuna ugumu ndani yake, kuna sacrifices ndani yake. Na ndio maana tunaendelea kukukaribisha kwenye Msasa, where we talk to successful people about failure. Neema,
Yes.
karibu sana Msasani.
Msasani?
Yeah, Msasa, but you're physically here.
No, niko
Unintended.
nashanga kwa sababu nimetoka Msasani.
Umetoka
So I'm
Msasani.
like-
Umetoka Msasani, umekuja Msasani. Safi. Only the difference this time is Msasa-ni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Asante sana.
Yeah, thank you for making the time. We appreciate it. Time is money. We're hoping to learn a lot about money today.
I hope
Yes.
I can deliver.
Sindio?
Yes.
I'm sure you can. The reason our podcast is called Msasa is because unajua kufanya shule mitihani ikiwa inakaribia, and then you go sit with a smart kid kwa sababu anakupiga msasa ili ukiingia kwenye pepa uko vizuri. Au the same way fundi ambao carpenter anatumia ile sandpaper to polish that surface ili iwe smooth kabla hajapiga polish. That's the same reason why we decided to call our podcast Msasa. And the intention is, no pressure, but maybe a little bit, Msasa tunaupata kutoka kwa mgeni wetu.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just going to jump right to it. Yeah. I think you're very, very interesting. I think, first of all, I think you make a lot of content. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you make the time, but you make a lot of content. It's very, very interesting content. Recently, I was listening to one of your podcasts about iTrust. And I know iTrust. I've worked with iTrust, like brand building stuff.
Yes.
But listening to that, like, now I like iTrust. I didn't like them before. But this is because of a customer relationship problem.
Okay.
And so I think it's very, very cool what you're doing. But I also find it quite fascinating how you're semi-retired. And, well, because you call it a mini retirement? That's what you call it?
Yeah.
Mini?
It's like a career break.
It's a career. Okay, so first of all, you got to clarify. Is it a career break or are you kind of retired?
Okay. So I say career break so that other people can relate to it.
Okay.
But it's basically a mini retirement. So what's a mini retirement? We say, why retire once while you can retire often? So you can always take breaks in between your working life. Whether you're a business person or you are employed, you can decide, I'll work for 6 years, then take a year off. Another
Like
6
a
years.
sabbatical.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we call it mini retirement because it can range from 2 months to a year. Some people go all the way to 2 years.
Yeah.
So why not sabbatical? Because sabbatical means that your company is aware that you're taking it, and some are still paid when you're taking it.
Right.
But as for me,
Yeah.
I resigned.
Yeah, in order to
and
be able to
said,
take that
yes,
break.
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. Though.
Yeah.
Hongera sana.
Asante.
That is a certain level of self-actualization that you don't hear often, but you also don't hear from young people because you're quite young. You like that, eh? I can see you smiling. You're so young. Oh my God. Okay. How did you come up with this concept? Like, did you have a timeline? Did you have indicators for, hey, I think nikifika hapa na hapa na hapa itaniruhusu, because hiyo ni ruhusa, itaniruhusu kuweza kupumzika?
Yeah. So I'm a believer in God. I believe in God and I believe in praying for direction. So April 2020 was the first time I decided I'm going to retire at the age of 40. And when I say retire is work is optional.
Yes.
Like I do work for impact, not for a living.
Yes.
Right now we work so that ili maisha yaende.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I started that journey, I obviously, because I love learning, I'm a nerd, although some people wouldn't relate to that, looking at me and everything. So I stumbled upon mini retirements when I was learning how to retire early.
Right.
Yeah. So in 2023, it was heavy on my heart. Something said you need to pause. You need to take a pause. You need to take a pause. Then I was just, no, I'm not going to do it. 2024, I woke up and in January I said, guys, I am raising 88 million Tanzanian shillings by December. I didn't know how.
Yeah.
Because for the people who know how much I was making at work, there's a guy who even told me, like, if you can do 88 million at work, I would do 100 million. And I was like, cool.
Fresh.
For him, he could.
Yeah.
He's been paid in different currencies through Mauritius, not even the Tanzanian entity.
Right.
So I was like, cool, you do it. It's okay. So I couldn't tell people why I was doing 88 million because I tracked my expenses. I knew I needed that amount of money to survive for a year. But I also put in their health insurance, all the courses I wanted to take, all the fun stuff I wanted to do. Okay, some bit of travel, not that much, but a bit. In my mind, I was like, for travel, I can make the money through my side hustles.
Right.
Yeah. So come December, I had not hit the goal. I fell short. 72 to 72 million. Yeah, so it was not bad. It was really good. So I told myself I'm going to extend it all the way until June. That's when I take the break.
Right.
Then 10th January, I had a mental breakdown at work. You know, literally you're kicking and crying. And I sat on the floor because I felt if I sat on the chair, I'd break the chair. That's how mad I was.
Okay.
Yes. And my friends were there and they're like, sorry, don't worry. It's normal. You'll get over it. The only thing I kept thinking is, why do I save and invest if not for a time like this? So after a good cry for 30 minutes, I sat on my chair, opened, you know that email, we always have it in our drafts. Took that email, copy-pasted into ChatGPT, edited it, put it on back to my emails, then scheduled it to go out on Friday. It was a Friday at 6:19 p.m. Why? I still had work to be done. I didn't want to be called in between the day to be asked why.
Oh, you mean you resigned?
Yeah, I resigned.
Okay.
I sent that resignation email, but I scheduled it for 16:19 p.m.
Wait a minute.
After work hours.
That's an email people just have? I've never had that email. I've been employed. Yeah, I've never had that email.
Oh, I've had. I'm so sure my ex-employer knows that I had one.
Okay.
So my friends were like, let's sort the issue that is here, then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And we go out and they're busy trying to get me to drink wine because I had a long day.
Did it work?
It didn't work. At 6:19, I showed them. I'm like, the email went out and they panicked. So these are my close friends and we work together. Those people who say that you can't have friends at work, it's a lie.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. I travel with them. We do everything together, like life and everything.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, we took you out to convince you not to do it. And then they started calling the IT guy to see if they could retract.
Where were you working before?
I wouldn't want to say that.
Okay, what industry is it in?
It's logistics.
Logistics.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah. Huwa nasema nilikuwa nafanya kazi kwa Marekani.
So
when I say logistics kwa Marekani, somebody knows the only American who has a logistics company. And they'll be able to connect the dots. So, yeah, obviously, if you're a top performer, there'll be back and forth.
Yeah.
There was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
And a lot of crying between the back and forth.
Oh, no.
And at some point, I did give my demands because it was the owner of the company asking.
Reaching out, what's up?
Yes, what do you want on the table? I did give my demands. Every time I did that, I felt like I was going to die. I was shocked because I felt like if I am to stay, I am going to die.
What happened?
It's just, everything catches up with you.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's the most toxic working environment, but most working environments are.
Yeah.
It just varies.
Yeah.
And it's not, sometimes it may not be the company.
Yeah.
It may be the people you're working with.
Yeah.
I had a change of a boss the previous year.
Yeah.
I tried to do it for a year, and I couldn't anymore.
Okay.
I couldn't. And even when I said I'm done, that was the first comment that um, the owner of the company made. He was like, "Oh, I'm sure it's the boss."
Okay.
So yeah, I
Okay.
can say this because he also resigned.
Oh,
And
okay.
you'll never understand because he's not a Tanzanian. But this content goes everywhere, anyways. You will sort that out yourself. So that's what happened.
Mm.
So I did my notice period, which
Right.
was 2 months.
Yeah. Whoa. What? 2 months for a
Yes.
notice period?
Yes.
Okay.
Levels when you're yes. Yes.
I see what you just did there.
Yes. So and then I had to recruit. I had to recruit somebody who would be reporting to my replacement. So they had to replace me with 2 people. So
Right.
this is how
Yeah.
terrible the situation was.
Yeah.
So they had to replace me with 2 people.
Yeah.
I had to train that person and I had to catch up on everything that
Else
was
in the
pending.
meantime, yeah.
Yes. And I've never felt free. Like every time I thought about the last day, I
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to be free.
Yeah.
But what came after that?
Uh-huh.
You know, when you're used to being an overachiever
Yeah.
and you're used to having a schedule and you're used to, because I worked in tenders. When with tenders, you have deadlines.
Right.
Because there's always chasing a deadline. There's
Yeah.
10th, there's 11th.
Yeah.
So I'm always working late and all that.
Yeah.
And now I have all this time to
Time.
myself. I
Yeah.
have no title. When I go out and maybe a guy is interested, what do I say? Hi, I'm Neema.
Yeah.
I'm unemployed.
Well, you just say hi, I'm Nem, and pause.
And then he asks, what do you do for a living?
I live.
I know.
You're welcome.
Say that.
You're
I
welcome.
live, but there was a sense of attachment I
Right.
had to the job. Been
Yeah.
there 9 years, 2 months.
Yeah. Whoa.
Grown in the company from
Mm.
reception to business development with my own department, which was 1 person. So I don't know. And I gained a lot. I am not even trashing the workplace. I learned so much.
Right.
When people tell me you're so brilliant, some of it came from observing the man behind the business.
Right.
Brilliant man.
Yeah.
The way he thinks, I've not met a businessman who is that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Kuna mazuri na mabaya yake. So he's flowers.
Yeah.
So I learned so much. But emotionally, mentally, I was at a place whereby, because I was used to be operating under that pressure, so you're always hyped, you're always, alert.
So you had to learn how to calm down?
You're always worried something is going to go wrong. You've missed a deadline. Somebody's going to shout about something. And now you're alone with everything, with yourself. So was I really disciplined or was it a job? Is this the right decision? That's the first question you ask yourself a lot. Until now, my mom doesn't know that I've resigned. I'm hoping one of my relatives tells her that I left my job because I don't know how to explain it. I don't have a car. I don't have a house. And even the one thing she used to brag about, kazi kwa Marekani, is gone. So I do not know how to explain that to my mom. So I went through the most, mentally, emotionally. And it's so hard being with yourself. Do not jobs help us don't help us. They make us deflect a lot.
Yeah. Being busy.
Yes. So for me,
it's a coping mechanism.
yes, the
sometimes.
postpartum depression that I thought I'd healed for showed up. The grief from losing Baba showed up. The fact that I knew I shouldn't have stayed as long as I did in that job showed up. And then now the questions of this thing that I'm doing, is it enough? Is it going to, you know, are you crazy? Okay. And then the fact that you're born in a family of hustlers, you are the first granddaughter to have a job. What are you doing? Okay. Your dad really, beyond everything, he tried to get you to have an education so that you don't become a hustler as he was. He wanted you to have a good job and be set. But now you've left the job and now you're your dad. So all of that was at my door. And the only thing I could do is just sleep. Because I don't know what else to do. So yesterday I did a post and I told people sometimes you take rest because there are traumas and things that you've not healed from. and you can't be fully present because whatever whatever tool you're using to heal is not the right tool. I got into my job with postpartum depression. I left my job with a mental breakdown. How you got in is how you get out.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, not what you went through, but like, the, yeah,
It's so much, yeah?
no, it's good, Danny. Kumba, because the thing is, if you don't go through it, like you said before, it catches up.
Mm.
So isn't it better that you're going through it now as opposed to maybe 5 years from now or 10 years from now?
Yeah.
Like, it's such a blessing.
Yeah, and that's the question I asked myself when I was hesitant about the mini retirement. So when I decided on the goal and that I was going to go on a mini retirement, I had two accountability partners, Jacqueline Tem and Abbas Kimvoli. And the question that I kept asking myself, if I don't do it in my 30s, I can do it in my 40s or 50s.
Right.
By then, because in my 40s, that's when I want to work for impact. It's not me
Right.
testing out retirement.
Yeah. You
So
should
now I'm
have
testing it
models
out.
already. Yeah.
Yes. And maybe I may never go back to corporate.
Maybe.
Because it's also a discovery stage
Process,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
So I was like, I need to do it now. So
Yeah.
if it
Backfires, bado nina muda wa kurecover, yeah.
if it gets to a point I have to like sell all my investments to survive, God forbid, that will not happen. But if that happens,
Yeah.
then kama ni kwanza again, nitaanza because I'm still young.
Yeah.
I can say, I didn't do it in my 20s because in my 20s, I was being a single mother, okay?
Okay.
In my 30s, I am breathing a bit and I can take that time off.
Right. Okay. You're breathing because you're not a single mother anymore?
Yeah, I outsourced the kid to his dad.
Okay.
No, he wanted the responsibility. So now he's in a different country.
You're funny. That's all. It's okay. So, first of all, do you have a timeline for your mini retirement?
So I was thinking a year.
Okay.
But most people who meet me, they're like, I think you're not going back to corporate.
Okay.
But I'm also thinking, even if I have to go back, there's a direction I want to go. There's an industry I want to go into, not logistics.
Okay.
You know those people you meet who are like, you work in logistics? Mashallah, God should bless you with a company. I used to say back to sender. I don't want to do logistics as a business owner.
Okay.
Because that guy, I saw him.
Yeah.
He's up and as your quarter and he's just 43. Guys, let's be serious. So I was always like, no.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I do go back to corporate,
yeah,
I want to go in a different direction. So I'm giving myself a year.
Okay.
But my mentor, Busara, says by the time I get to month 6, I should check with him. There's something very important I will discover.
Right.
And that then me and him can have a conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
That's cool. I like how it sounds like you have built like an ecosystem of people who you can bounce off ideas and stuff like that. That's very healthy. Good for you. How do you get to your target? Like, what did the target mean for you?
The target for the mini retirement?
Yeah.
The amount. So how do I get to it? I would say most of it was God. Because there were bonuses that came
No. I don't mean the fundraising. I mean, why that number?
88.
Yeah.
Oh, as explained. So I track my expenses.
Yeah.
This is my third year doing it diligently. Even now, I was busy writing my expenses on my phone.
Cool.
It's an app.
Which app do you use?
I use Money Lover.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I did, I pulled up 2023 expenses for the whole year. So I was like, okay, so this is it. So I had to bump up like the rent because I knew I was going to move from Keko to somewhere
else.
Yeah, yes. So, and then I did the calculations. Then I added in, as I said, health insurance. I added in certifications I wanted to do while I'm taking the break, fun activities, a bit of travel. And then I also you do a contingency of 30%. And then I came up with 88.
Where'd you come with the 30%? Why 30%?
I read it somewhere. I don't remember where.
Right.
But they do say when you're doing the calculations, I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Right.
So maybe I listen to Retire. There's a podcast called Retire Often. Yes, I think I've listened to every episode.
It's a great title.
Yeah. So that's why I came up with the 30%,
Okay,
just in
30%
case.
contingency.
Yeah.
So what you did basically is you forecasted your expenses and you put a little buffer on it. Well,
Yes.
not a little, but you put a buffer on it.
Yes.
Okay. Is this you know this thing in it of fire? Every once in a while tunapokea feedback kwamba podcast yetu ni ngumu kumeza. Ila sasa tunafanyaje? Maana uhalisia wa stories za watu waliofanikiwa ukiangalia na ukidadisi na ukiwauliza maswali mazuri, unagundua kwamba it wasn't easy. Kuna ugumu ndani yake, kuna sacrifices ndani yake. Na ndio maana tunaendelea kukukaribisha kwenye Msasa, where we talk to successful people about failure.
Yes, financial independence, retire early.
Yeah. Is that something that you also follow, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
the early retirement. So I told you, April 2020 is when I got serious.
Yeah.
Though I had already started investing up in 2014.
Okay.
But that was because of another issue why I
Okay.
started investing. So that's when I stumbled upon FIRE,
Okay.
financial independence, retire early.
Yeah.
And I did my numbers and I was like, this is how much I need.
To retire.
Yes,
Yeah.
to retire.
Mm.
And actually, now that you've spoken about it, that's the number that I did in 2020. I think sort of. We should have arrived by now with the way CRDB is behaving.
Mm.
But is it enough? No, that's the other question.
Mm.
So that the number changes. So I love the concept because why should we work all the way to our 60s and just enjoy? You know, they say once you're retired, the life expectancy of
Inashuka.
Yeah. Sisi wanawake tunaishi mpaka 65, nyinyi wanaume I think is 63. So if we use those numbers, it means you have 3 years after you retire to enjoy.
Yeah.
And then I have 5 years. Why should we do that? Why can't we try? The thing is, this is what I kept telling people. If I fail, at least I tried. And it's still, I will have my money invested and all that.
Okay.
Because people are like, how sure are you retire at 40?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, it may happen at 50, at 45 or earlier.
But this is my plan.
This is my plan.
Yeah.
And that, I started the conversation. Apparently, some people liked it. Some people thought I was crazy. There was a guy I was seeing at some point who went to discuss the idea with other guys. And the guys told him, I think that chick is crazy. And maybe that's why he left me. Like, it's not possible for somebody to retire at 40.
Yeah.
We have to do it all the way to 60.
That's projecting, though.
It's projecting, yes. Yeah. But yeah, those guys, if I ever meet them, I'll tell them. Yeah, the reason I'm single. But anyways, going forward. So I started sharing content on my journey.
Uh-huh.
So I brought people along. And people wanted to learn. So, and then I found myself at a point whereby I'm alone in the journey. Yes, at that time I had met the people from the livestock finance community, but as a woman, and everybody else was just doing them simple, people are just realizing, oh, this is how money should be managed. But me, I'm past that. I'm like, I want to retire early, so I need to find people. So in 2022, I was like, let me find 10 to 20 women who can be crazy like myself. And then we do the journey together. Every day in the group, let's talk about money, the market, what's happening. Because my travel groups were not understanding me. My friends were not getting it. So I needed to find a new circle.
A new tribe.
Yeah, so I did a Rich Auntie Masterclass. So that's how the Rich Auntie community was born.
Okay.
And
if somebody wants to find this masterclass on Ebatapi?
They can just go to my Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, and they'll get all the information they need.
Okay.
So I got 25 ladies who were brave enough to join me. And I was like, perfect. These ones, we're going together. Now, what happened is those 25 ladies spoke to more ladies. And then somebody would even come and say, like, I don't know when you're doing the next class, but here is this amount for like 10 of my friends. You just let me when you do it.
Wow.
You just let me know when you do it.
Yeah.
And today we are, I think, 850 rich aunties in the community. So it has grown. And the way it's going, I think men need to step up get to a point that women have money. I mean, the community, women do have money. Sometimes I'm like, yo, you guys, where are you getting all this money from? So women are more they accept easily some concepts than men. So, and people ask me why only women. I make content for younger Neema.
Yeah.
So younger Neema had a job.
Yeah.
She was earning, I would say well. She was earning well. Younger Neema loves to travel. She loves some good things in life.
Yeah.
She has a bit of disposable income. But younger Neema just doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So I'm making content for that.
Her.
So there's a kind of lady I'm making content for. And this is also the question why you don't do it in Swahili. Because if I am talking about, last year I went to Singapore and then I went to Dubai. Mtu abuza kuelewa. Ni kazi.
Yeah.
So it may come off as bragging. It's the same way when I shared my 100 million story and went to TBC and I spoke very fluent Swahili and explained my journey. If you go and look at the comments on that post.
They're hating or?
Of course. Of course. Hapo mtu anapigwa hapo sijui nini. Kwa mishahara gani sijui nini. Kosa gani uache kazi wakati hiyo kazi ndo amekupa milioni 100. My country people. I pray for them though. Yeah.
Do you?
I pray for my country. I pray for my president. I pray for my country people. Because as a nation, we need to move and become better. Yeah, because I read something about the Prime Minister of Singapore, the way he used to push his people to do better, like speak good English, do not litter around. Like there's a way that you transform people that when you go to Singapore and you look at it and you're like, oh my God, you think it happened overnight. But it's because somebody took the responsibility and told the citizens, this is how we should do it. Like in Tanzania, ukiongea Kiingereza, unajisikia.
Yeah.
Ukiongelea vitu kama sijui.
Unajifanya.
Yes. Ukiongelea vitu kama milioni 100, unajikuta you're lying and all that. We're not open-minded.
Yeah.
And as much as our economy is growing, it's doing wonderfully.
Yeah.
We need also as a people to grow with it.
Yeah.
So that the gap between the haves and the have-nots is not that big. Now there I'm going into economy. So turudi kwenye mambo ya msingi ya mtu mmoja mmoja. So that's my biggest worry most times. Is how as Tanzanians we can move at the pace of our economy. Because the economy is growing.
Right.
It's booming.
Yeah.
We are doing wonderfully.
Yeah.
People are making money. If you're not, ask yourself why you're not. So the question is it only the 1%? What about the 99%? So my role is to talk to one person. That one person talks to another person and the other person. So it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
But I also believe the way I talk, kuna mtu atanielewa, and the way wewe utaongea hisia kuna mtu mwingine atakuelewa. We're serving two different crowds.
Yeah.
So it's more also of creating more people who wanaongea ambao wana serve different crowds ili tuweze kusukuma gurudumu. Yes.
Yeah. Nothing is for everyone, and you don't have to be for everyone. You said you started investing at 2014.
2014, yes.
Yeah.
I was pregnant.
Oh, was that the trigger or?
Yeah, that was the trigger.
Okay.
I had a bit of savings. Was it savings? I usually say saving, but no, that was a lie. So what happened is I used to overcharge my late dad fees by 100% in uni. And then also I used to volunteer with ISEC Tanzania.
Yeah.
So we used to get a stipend of $200 a month. And then, so it happened, the finance manager, who's a good friend of mine, Michael John, had not paid us for 6 months. So I found myself with $1,200. And then my dad, nilikuwa nishampiga, and then there was boom. Because I was in Mzumbe, you know how it's, the way the calendar is different, you might find yourself as a student with a lot of money in one point if una huo mkopo wa HESLB. So I knew the amount of money I had and the situation I was in, that is the possibility of being a single mother was very high.
Okay.
I needed to double the money so as to cover hospital bills and because I was just in my last year, my last semester. So until when I get another job, care for the child.
Yeah.
So that's how I found myself at UTT. And then that's how I found myself at DSC, who told me, no, you need to use a broker. Then I was told to go to a broker, and then I went to the broker, and I'm like, I need to buy shares. And she's like, you're still in university. I was not sure, and I was 4 months. And then I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, then buy CRDB. I'm like, listen, me here, I'm 4 months pregnant. I need somewhere where I can double my money. So she's like, buy NMB shares. I was like, okay, great. She was like, buy some NMB shares, this amount, and then the rest put it in CRDB. And yeah, let's see. True to our word, in 4 months, NMB did double and we cashed out. And that's how my son and hospital bills survived until we also finished up my mom's savings. And then I somehow landed on a job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that.
So I was not consistent. It
Okay.
was just a needs basis.
It's a good enough trigger. And sometimes that's what we all need, isn't it?
Yeah.
We need because when you have a trigger, you have a purpose, and then you have a reason why you're doing something. And it's always going to be more motivating than just doing it because you're doing it. Like, for instance, I think about retirement too, by the way. But I think about it not in the sense of not working. I don't see myself not working because I feel like if my brain stops functioning actively, I'll probably just die. Because I'm a mental being. I'm not physical. I'm not handsy. I'm not going to be a farmer in my retirement. I might want to have a big plot of land and see chickens. But I'm not going to farm it myself. I'm a mental being. So I also think about stuff like retirement. And so I need to stretch my mind a lot. But the way I think about it is, again, being able to choose what to do and what not to do. And that is the freedom, in my opinion. It's a certain peace of mind. But you also get to make better decisions and decisions that are healthy for you and for those around you, like your team, your family, if you're a family person, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I want to learn a little bit more about what you've learned. So I'm just going to ask you a bunch of random questions, okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. You look so ready. You look prepped. You're like...
Let's hope. You're not going to get personal, but okay.
Well, if you could get personal, it would be helpful because it provides context.
Okay.
So, Confano, what is one thing that you know about money now? Sorry, let me paraphrase that question. What if you had to unlearn about money?
Especially in this season.
Yeah.
I would say is you don't need hard work to make money.
What do you need?
You need to be aligned.
You need to be aligned.
Yes.
To make money?
Yes. You need to be aligned. What I say is, my worry was always, if I do take the mini retirement, what if I run out of my mini retirement fund?
Yeah.
And surprisingly, this is my 5th month. I've not touched that fund.
Amen.
So I always thought I would need to push, do a lot of, go to companies, tell them you need to use me to push your products or anything. But God works in mysterious ways. I don't know. Maybe it's because also money loves the company of other money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I have a lot of money. Amen. Let's claim it.
Amen.
So when it comes to me, it's like, we like this girl. She knows how to treat us. So they come and then they call the rest and let's come to her.
We're literally just talking about that right now, aren't we?
Yeah, let's come to her. Let's sit in. So what I am thinking is, if you've done the work to position yourself, okay, meaning then you're aligned with what you want. Because most of us do not even know what is it we want out of life.
Right.
When I say my purpose is, I'm searching for my purpose. But even now when somebody says, Neema, this is your purpose, I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure because I'm my dad's daughter.
Okay.
Kuna siku nitaamka, guys, I'll go off-grid in my mountain cabin. Sijanua kiwanja bado, but that might happen. So what I am learning is that you don't have to stress about money. The more you stress about it, the more it doesn't want your company. Away. Yes.
Yeah.
But if you're in flow, so always make sure your bank account has money also. And I say that because I am me. I'm the most illiquid person. Even ask my friends. Wakiwa na shida na pesa, hawataka waniombe mimi. Lakini nikiwakopa watanipa. because they know nitawarudishia. They don't ask me because they know I'm illiquid. Neema never has money when I was working. Because the reason is, najijua, mimi I'm a spender by nature. A very good one. And I have good taste. And good taste equals expensive.
Yeah.
So how do we manage that? You just make sure you don't have access to money. Yeah.
You limit it.
Yeah, you limit it. So that's what I did all the time I was in employment. That works because you're guaranteed a check.
Yeah.
But ukitoka kita, you need to attract money. So what I've learned is that always having some liquid cash makes other cash feel like, okay, let's go there and sit there. Now, I'm so sure mtu ananisikiza atasema huyu dada anahisi mambo ni marahisi hivyo. I don't know, it's like when you say, it gets to, it's a certain mindset and you need to do a lot of work to get there. I didn't arrive here. It's been 11 years of doing this work. I didn't arrive here just today. And ni juzi tu ndo nimegundua kwamba it's just
it's not about hard work.
Yeah, it's not about hard work.
It's about alignment.
Ila mimi nilikuwa sielewagi watu wakisema it's not about hard work.
That's very powerful.
No, let me give you a scenario. I was that person when I started working, or maybe it was my depression, which was acting out. I was the first one in, last one out. Mind you, ni commute kutoka Masaki mpaka Mbezi Kimara. Amna mwendo kasi kipindi hicho. So you can imagine when I tell you I'm the first one in, naamka saa ngapi, na naondoka ofisini saa ngapi, naingia nyumbani saa ngapi, and I had a baby. So I thought the more energy I put into it, the more I show up, the more I earn. It did work. But I think to transcend to a certain income level, it's not hard work anymore. It's not. Because it did get me, like I got fast promotions, I got raises, because in a year I moved to the business development team, I got to work on site I always wanted to work for BG, Shell, which has transformed to Shell. I got to work with them on site, but through the company I was working for, and I got to advance in the company until it got to a point there isn't any more where you can go. And the idea of going to work at another logistics company was not it, because I know for sure we are the 5-star of logistics, the way everything is done, because we hear the stories. So I was not feeling it. And then I was like, okay, let's do this. So getting out here, I'm now understanding it's been in the flow. It's being smart about it. It's because even sometimes, when deals come your way, brand deals, and they're not giving you the amount of money you want, to have the grace to say, it's okay, thanks, but no thanks. It's so hard. Because mind you have bills to pay.
Yeah.
So, but the thing that I notice is that just say the no. Because if in your heart it says no, say no. Because if you get that work, you'll do it out of ilibidi tu nifanye, and you'll not give your best. And then the funny thing is, other opportunities do come your way, which means if you're taking the first deal, it will be in conflict with the second deal.
Yeah.
So
back to the 88 freedom number. So
for the mini retirement.
So what was that? The emergency fund. What does the emergency fund look like? Is this something that's invested? Is it a nest that's just kept somewhere? Like, how do you go about that? And were you intending to dip from it, or dip earnings? Let's say if it was invested, so live off the interest of it. Assuming these other things didn't happen, what was the game plan?
So one thing we need to just clear.
Yeah.
The emergency fund and the mini retirement fund are two different things.
Okay.
So I do have an emergency fund.
Okay.
Which for me it's 12 months.
12 months of survival.
Of expenses. Why?
Yeah.
I have dependents.
Yeah.
Not solely my son, because there's the dad, but my young brother and my mother depend on me.
We're an African family. We're in Africa. Like,
yes.
I totally get you.
Yes.
You're never alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that, it's not necessary. It should be put somewhere whereby it earns you an interest that's above inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is 3 to 4% in Tanzania.
Yeah.
So you put it in a money market.
Yeah.
Okay. And then before the mini retirement, I had something I call a bare minimum retirement fund.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an amount of money that I needed to to have invested for my retirement to be comfortable enough to say I'm taking a pause. So I don't touch this money. It still compounds until maybe when I'm 40 or whatever it happens. Then that's when, and then there's a mini retirement fund. Yes. So the plan was to dip into it. That's the 88 million.
Yeah.
The plan was to have it cover rent, cover food, cover everything. I just wanted to be comfortable. Okay. I didn't want to be forcing people to sign up for a masterclass because I need to eat, or accepting a brand deal because I need to pay rent. I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted my life to still flow the way it flowed when I had an income. And then I still wanted to know that I have my retirement fund, which is still compounding. And if
the
anything
emergency fund.
happens, I can always take care of my family and we're all happy.
I get it. It makes a lot of sense to separate thinking about the emergency fund and the mini retirement,
Yes.
because this is a plan that has an expiry date ish. Whereas this one doesn't. Emergencies are going to happen to you. Ndo maana ni dharura, si ndio?
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit more about financial vehicles and investments? I'm trying to educate myself personally, and it's a lot of interesting things. Like, kwa kweli, yani ni taarifa fulani ambazo kama huna, noma sana. And it really kind of sucks because, you know, even as we're growing up, you grow up and you're taught good manners. You're taught to stupe chakula. You're taught do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You're taught to work hard, pray, help those in need. All very, very good things. But nobody ever teaches you about money. Well, most of us, the kukuzo, kwenye makuzi, the conversation of money is not there. And tena in extreme cases, money is something that is not spoken about in the dining table.
Yeah.
When I'm unafikiri mimi naokota hela. Of course,
Nachuma.
wakoti. Like, dude, mimi si nikiokota. Ningekomboa nini? And it is what it is. It sucks though. It really, really sucks. It's really, 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 really bad how little we understand the opportunities that come with it, and also how to grow it, scale it, and more importantly, how to have a healthy relationship with it. Because, for instance, again, for a majority who maybe didn't grow in abundance, so you have a scarcity mindset. When you have a scarcity mindset, you would think that when you get the money, you'll keep it. No, you spend it even faster because you have a scarcity mindset. You don't have a healthy relationship with it. Or you have a relationship where you identify and define yourself based off a figure, which is also very, very dangerous in many, many ways, because it also dictates how you think of other people. So anyway, it is what it is. Better late than never. So now back to personally. As I've been trying to educate myself, one of the things I've had to learn, but I'm still learning, I think, and I'm not really sure, to be honest. Maybe you might help clarify. Maybe not, no pressure. Is financial vehicles are very broad and wide in terms of variety, and they exist to serve very specific purposes. So they're not vehicles for the sake of vehicles. It does help if you know why you're using one vehicle as opposed to another, so that you're not just freestyling. Of course, it's better to just start. Mwanzoni weanza tu, just go to account UTT, download the app on your phone, just open an account, weka liquid fund, weka hela kidogo, kadri unavyoweza kuiweka, hela ambayo ukikosa leo, bado utaishi kidogo, si ndio?
Yes.
Lakini over time, okay, so we've got things like mutual funds, right? And you've got these government bonds, right? Ambazo zina miaka tofauti na kadhalika na interest tofauti. And then you've got these money markets, right? And then you've got there's some stock exchange where you can buy shares into what and it means what, and you buy this and then sometimes you can cash out. Sometimes it drops, but you haven't really lost money, but maybe you've lost money. And then you have these people these brokers, like the one I told you I was listening to your podcast about the other day, who have products within him that it's just like, okay, wait.
Yeah.
what is all of this, and how do you choose what's suitable for who based on what stage? Like, could you share your experience based on what you know? It doesn't necessarily mean you've done it, but based on what you know and how you're understanding people's needs in relation to growing their income, their money.
So I need to just clarify some things, because you've said there's money markets, there's liquid, there's the brokers and everything. So first, just to clarify the instruments that we have in the market currently.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the government, not the government, the bonds. The bonds, you have your government bonds, you can have your corporate bonds. We have a municipal one, the Tanga Wasa bond. It's a green bond.
Yeah, green bonds.
We have the Islamic bonds.
Yes.
They are in the market.
Yes.
The market is vibrant. We have everything in there. And then the shares, because everything is listed on the stock market.
Right.
The shares we have 28 listed companies that when you buy a share, it means you own part of that company.
Yeah.
So that's why I loved saying that I own CRDB, I own NMB. And some people hate me for it, but you just can also go and do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just 10 shares times the price that you find there. And then now, what is more complicated now, not complicated or has become a bit too much for everybody, is the collective investment schemes.
Okay.
We collectively invest together.
Yeah.
So in there, that's why you talk about your UTTs, whatever you were saying with iTrust, that's in there. So it's like we have like 20 funds approximately, if I'm not mistaken, 19, 20.
Mutual funds?
Funds.
Just funds, okay.
Yeah, so like when you say liquid fund, bond fund.
Right, like those.
Iman, iSave, iCash, Inuka. So we have 19, I believe. Mwekeza, all of them.
Yeah.
So now that's the issue we have there. So there's so much happening. And so much is coming to the markets. And that's something I think is driving people crazy. And when you look at the collective investment schemes, the way they're performing, tusema, bora nitoke hapa niingie hapa. So there's a lot of craze.
Yeah.
How do you know where to put your money? What are your goals? Okay. Let's say Neema wants an emergency fund.
Yeah.
I would not put my emergency fund somewhere where there's risk.
Right.
Yeah, that's the stock market. I'm not going to buy CRDB shares and say that's my emergency. If I need the money, I have to wait for somebody to be available to buy the shares. And if the price drops, it means I make a loss on that. So I'll choose a money market. I usually say that there are 4 money markets in Tanzania, but I stand to be corrected.
Okay.
So that's Inuka, Mwekeza, iCash, and iDollar. Those are the 4 I know. So they're safe. They're safe. You're just preserving your money against inflation.
Right.
And you can get it at any time.
Yeah.
And that's what you need for emergencies. So if you want to do it in dollars, you have iDollar. The rest is TZS. So you decide. And if the goal is to retire, let's say you're 20 and you're thinking maybe I want to retire in the next 20 years, you can take more risks. So that's when you put your money into stuff like the stock market, shares, and all that, or into now mutual funds that have an aspect of equity in them. Okay? Yes, so they're funds we call balance funds. These are funds that invest both in the secure investment, your government bonds and all that, but also invest in shares.
Okay.
So because you do not want to hassle yourself with doing the analysis yourself, because that's what the stock market is all about. You have to analyze and know, should I put the money here? Do I need to make a move and all that? You can give it to a fund manager who's already doing that and you're good. So you get a fund that has more risk in it than the money markets. So that's what you could do for if it's retirement. But then again, let's say you have a short-term goal. For instance, I had a goal to raise 88 million in a year. So I put that money somewhere safe. I wouldn't say it's basically not a money market, but somewhere whereby if I wanted, it could give me an income option. Like it could give me an income monthly if I wanted to do that. So sometimes it may be you are trying to become, I don't know, some people say, I'm just doing this job, but my real passion is
XY.
Yeah. So you're trying to get into your passion projects, but you want to make sure you have an income when you go into there. There's a young lady actually who asked me, like she quit her job a year and a half ago, And then she asked me, what do you think I should have done differently so
Yeah.
that I wouldn't be like struggling?
Yeah.
I was like, let's say, for instance, your expenses is 1 million. I would have invested in government bonds that give me 12 million in a year.
Yeah.
So that
You're set.
you're
Yeah.
set. So sometimes people think that government bonds are just for old people. No, sometimes it's the goal. Your goal is to leave corporate to come and work for yourself.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be a struggling artist, because with all the knowledge that we have, it doesn't pay to be a struggling artist.
Yeah.
Kwanza tutakushangaa. So set yourself up, get your government bonds, zikupe your 12 million, ingia kita, then you don't have the pressure to make your art, your passion, give you the money. You can let it grow, or the business, let it grow as you. So it all depends with what you're trying to do. The thing is, the question you should always ask yourself, what do I want money to do for me? Okay, Neema, you want to retire at 40. That's 6-7 years away. So I'd put it somewhere where there's more risk, right? Or Neema, you want to, like for now, you need a healthy emergency fund, because uko kita, and you're never guaranteed if you'll have money.
Yeah.
And if anything happens, because I've not told my mom, she's not supposed to feel like there's a problem. So I'd put that in a money market, so that anytime I can get it, if there's anything, here's the money, it's sorted. So,
But money markets usually have so much access. Isn't that challenging? Like when you think of like, or lazima bado kuna ka element of discipline inabidi karudi, because it's money you really have access to. Yani,
yeah. And discipline comes from having your why.
Okay.
If it's strong enough.
So it still comes back to purpose. Why are you doing it? What do I want the money to do for me?
Because some people tell me, like, when I was working, people bullied me. They're like, for your level, you should have a car, you should have this, you should be doing this and that and that. But for me, my why was so strong. I wanted to get much money invested, because when I had my son, I didn't see him when he said the first word, when he had his first walk or anything. I was busy trying to get money to buy diapers and cover my long commute to work.
Yeah.
And I told myself, I don't want to be in that position again. If I am ever to have a kid again, I want to spend at least 3 years
with
a kid without the hassle of an income.
Yeah.
So I think for me, and also it's because motherhood, my why is that strong, is that at some point I didn't have the freedom of time to spend with somebody that is very important to me. And my son is brilliant. He's very independent. That's one thing we learned early on. So at times you might feel like he doesn't need you, but kids are kids, humans are humans. So I felt like, as a mother, and that's the guilt I carry. Most people don't notice it, but it's a guilt I carry, that I was not around.
Yeah. Being a single parent happens.
I was 22. So again, you learn, you grow, and now you know that. So that's my why. It has nothing to, when somebody thinks it's just the numbers I'm chasing, no, it has nothing to do with the numbers. The numbers is the how. But my why is because at one point, I know what it felt like not having time to spend with loved ones. You're just chasing a bag, which is never enough.
So money bought you time.
Yeah.
Or money can buy you time is your why.
Yes, because right now I can decide I want to go fly and see my son or fly him into the country. That's money. As much as we say it's not important, but that's
it is.
Money.
Yeah, that's true. You need liquidity. All right. Aside from financial vehicles, are you somebody who invests in other things, tangible things like immovable assets and stuff like that? Okay. Is there a reason? Is it a matter of time, or is it just strategy?
There is no specific reason. Maybe it's more of, I wanted to just challenge the status quo, because when you grow up, all you're told, this is what my mom told me first. Okay. When I now had the baby and she was doing the pep talk. So you expect her to come off as, umefanya nini, yani mtoto binti wa Kiafrika. And this is what she said. Neema, ndoa ni kitu kizuri, lakini it's not a must. Humu ndani hamna jipya. So wewe, whether it happens or not, it's okay. What you need to do, your work. Fanya kazi vizuri, save hela zako, nunua kagari chako, jenga kanyumba chako na kajia mtoto wako, maisha yaendelee. Ukipata mwanaume sawa, usipopata mwanaume sawa. That was it. Made me think of what my dad did. But anyways, because no African mother, like a proper traditional African mother, would go with that. They would force you into marriage, but that's what she said. So we've been built up to believe that we should do real estate. It's the way to go, right?
They say.
Sasa kwa hela
So they
zetu,
say.
kwa hela zetu za kuungaunga, ukitaka sasa hivi kiwanja unapata wapi? Huko mabonde kuinama huko. So utajenga mabonde kuinama, kazi Masaki, commute. By the time you get home, you're tired, exhausted, just because ili uitwe mwenye nyumba. And if you want to do real estate, like for rentals, it's expensive.
Yeah. It's an expensive business. Yeah.
And you don't have that capital. I think just the same way unavyosema kwamba Tanzania ni sio Tanzania, watu wengi ni ngumu kusave la kufanya nini. What makes you think that somebody atakuwa na hela ya kutosha kufanya real estate? Wapo wanaofanya, wapo wanaopenda. For me, I wanted something that's invisible. Mimi unajua kwenye ukoo wetu wanasemaga ndio mjukuu maskini kuliko wote.
Kwa nini?
I don't have a car, I don't have, there's nothing, I have nothing to show.
No material things.
Yes.
Okay.
Because sitembei na share zangu zimeandikwa hapa. By the way, you know, I own a bank in Tanzania. No, nobody knows. And if anything ever happens to me, because we're all going there, the wealth that I have, let's say I have 10 kids, it can be distributed. Imagine nimeacha nyumba moja matata, tuseme hata city center pale, watoto 10. Inabidi wauze. Kwanza vitu ni vingi vitavyoendelea. Wauze, afu akishauza wagawane hela. What if I wanted ile jengo liende vizazi na vizazi? Inashindikana because you have 2 people. So I love paper assets, that's what I call them, because kwanza they're invisible. You would never know.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the way I look and you'd think
but still
maybe
you wouldn't know. And you can only guess.
Know. Yeah.
It's the same way people always get people's net worth wrong.
Yeah. You'd never know kama umekaa na mtu ana hela au ana hela, and it's divisible. And that's the thing tunacho struggle nacho sana when a loved one passes on. Mirathi and all that. It's a whole other topic, but I'm just saying in case they didn't leave a will or a trust, inakuwa shida. Yes. Yeah. So that's why I prefer paper assets. It doesn't mean that I will never get into real estate. I will. I want to have a mountain cabin, a beach cabin. So when I'm done with all this shouting, telling people you should manage your money, multiply it, protect it, maybe I'll go off-grid. I'll be just mountain cabin wiki, beach cabin wiki, and I'll be a happy woman.
Okay. What about these other assets like gold and stuff?
Oh, okay. I think naelewa commodities, you mean?
Yeah.
Naelewa na najua ni vya muhimu. I've never really understood minerals, like precious metals.
Yeah.
Like I've never understood nimevaa gold. You know the way the prestige you get, like it's a diamond, I don't get it.
Okay.
So I'm not one to think of like, okay, so how do I place value into that? Because you have to believe in something to invest in it. It's a good investment. As we can see, when the dollar stuff happened, the gold prices are going up, and it's everything now they want to back it against gold.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
And maybe at some point I'll get into it. I've never understood why a certain stone is more precious than kokoto.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that it's not crossed your radar yet.
Maybe sijafikia huo uwezo pia.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a matter
kama
of time.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Ni swala la pesa kwa kweli ndugu yangu. Tukichukua hivi nilivyochanga tukasema tupeke huko, tunaanza zero tena.
Okay. So, but you could take a line of credit out of it, or that's not something you'd be willing to do.
So, okay, another thing is that Mimi and debt, we have a problem.
Okay.
And it's we can blame my dad for it.
Okay, why?
Kwa sababu tangia tukiwa watoto, he always emphasized that debt is not good.
All right. Okay.
So now unlearning that.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm trying with Vicobas, even with them, like I'm usually very cautious. Like I have a threshold of if it's more than 10% of my net worth, any pale mimi, it's red, and I'm like, my mind is like, no, we have to find a way to clear this out. So
Okay.
is it trauma or unlearning and relearning? I don't know. But that's the other issue. But yes, these days you can take loans against even your paper assets. So you can take loans against
Like
them.
a bond could essentially be security.
Yeah, even shares. Yeah, there's a bank that has a specific product for that.
Really? Which bank is that?
Okay. Utawatumia invoice nikishawataja
Well,
mwanga hakika.
hamna shida.
So wana mkopo
Nielewe
chap.
mtu. Mkopo chap.
Yes.
Ambayo ni nini?
You take a loan against your hisa and other securities.
Oh,
yes.
good for them.
Yeah.
It's a good opening. Okay. So, tracking expenses. Why? What's funny?
No, because most people never get it.
All right.
Never get it why they should do it.
I think because it's hard.
Is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, leo umeenda petrol station.
It's hard in the sense kwamba sio hard ngumu. Yani inatia uvivu tuseme yani. Unaelewa? It's easier to just get along. And I'm speaking from now Apple, I'm speaking as a communication person who's done research about people's behaviors with money. Unaelewa? But even it's just not a thing that people willingly want to do, and it's usually a muscle or a habit that you need to develop.
Do you think people do not want to do it because it's hard, or they do not want to see the truth?
That's what makes it hard. They don't want to see the truth.
Okay.
The truth
shall set you free.
Well,
no, the truth is that,
like what you're saying is right. I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying that's the reality of the situation.
So we choose which truth to set us
free. How did you develop that habit? Like in your time, ulipata wapi?
So
every once in a while tunapokea feedback kwamba podcast yetu ni ngumu kumeza. Ila sasa tunafanyaje? Maana uhalisia wa stories za watu waliofanikiwa, ukiangalia na ukidadisi na ukiwauliza maswali mazuri, unagundua kwamba it wasn't easy. Kuna ugumu ndani yake, kuna sacrifices ndani yake. Na ndio maana tunaendelea kukukaribisha kwenye Msasa, where we talk to successful people about failure.
When I started learning about the FIRE movement,
right?
So the number I told you, the financial independence number, is dependent on your expenses.
Right.
So if I didn't understand them, I couldn't know what to do.
You wouldn't find a number for you.
Yes. So the thing is, we tell people, track your expenses. Yes, I'm doing it. It's my 3rd year now. But it doesn't necessarily mean you should do it indefinitely. There's a time you get to a certain net worth. You don't need to track your expenses. You just know it's going to sort itself out, right? So,
no, I don't agree with that, but okay.
Hear me out. No. Yeah. Like, I don't think,
I think
more and a track is expenses, but anyways. So you're not more, you're struggling financially. And we're asking you, can you look at your expenses? Because you keep saying it's the income. Like, una mshahara milioni 7. What are you saying? It's the income. Wakati kuna mtu ana mshahara wa 500 anaishi na anawekeza. So can you track your expenses hata mwezi mmoja ili tujue kama kweli shida ni income au expenses? Most people it's expenses.
Most of the time,
So hata kama nikwambia cut down your expenses, kama hujui ni wapi, where's going to. And then the other thing, the beauty about tracking expenses. Inawezekana mimi Neema, I love to travel. That's for sure. And maybe I am failing to find money to travel. Lakini kuna milioni 2 kila mwezi natumia on skincare. If I move that to my travel fund,
you can travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So most people think it's just because ni kujinyima. Sio kujinyima, ni kujielewa. But again, self-awareness is not a thing most people want to do also.
Sio kujinyima, ni kujielewa.
Yes.
I like that.
Because it exposes you, man.
Yeah.
Because there are days you can look at your expenses and you know that, wow, I'm the most unhealthy person. Because you've been eating out. All that food you stuck in the fridge, saying you meal prep. You didn't do it. So it tells you, and sometimes it makes you adjust your habits. No, I'm just saying, it's not even about your money anymore. It's about na tabia hii na hii.
I hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unasema kwamba I want to spend more time at home, but every weekend uko wavu.
Yeah. It exposes you.
Yeah, it
shows you where you allocate effort and resources.
Yes, and we say, if you want to know, if I want to know more about you, show me where you take your money to, like what you spend on. Yeah, I'll be able to. Because even in the Rich Auntie Masterclass, we usually do this exercise whereby how to determine your core values. And I tell people, like, if I gave you 1 billion Tanzanian shillings, what would you do with it? And most people would be like, oh, I would buy bonds, I'll finish my real estate project and all that. And somebody will come there and say, maybe I'll build an NGO for maybe, I don't know, women, what, something.
Yeah.
This is a giver. The first thing she thought about is giving back.
Yeah.
That's her core value.
Yeah.
And that can also be a downfall.
Yes, as well. Yes. Yeah.
And then there's somebody who would say, oh, I want to travel the world, do all the things that I couldn't do. That's somebody who loves experiences.
Yeah.
So how do we now manage your money to give you experiences? Because people think value spending is about kujibana. Where your value is, that's where your heart is. So
true.
Yes. Some people, it's family. Nataka nimalizie nyumba ya baba nyumbani. I want my children to have their school funds, the education fund well sorted and all that. You value family and you value that they have that freedom to do stuff because finances is not a problem.
Yeah.
So how do we structure your money in a way that is sorted? Because when that's sorted, you'll be happy.
Yeah.
Most of us are stressed because the things we love. Like if I don't get to travel, kupanda ndege, nika touch a new land every year, at least once, I will feel depressed that year. I'll be like, no, why am I even working hard for this money? So if we can cater for your core values and we know, kwa sababu pia inakuonyesha wewe ni mtu aina gani, why you spend your money the way you spend it. Wengine, if you're tracking your expenses, you can look. So for me, for the past 5 years, most of my money had been going into investment. Why? Because I value freedom.
Right.
And I'm here. So you see, so I've been allocating my money towards that to afford this. So tusifikiria kwamba ni kwa sababu inabidi ufanye ili ujibane ukate. No, we want to understand where your value is. Self-awareness.
Yeah.
What does your expenses say about you? Unasema unapenda familia yako lakini there's no allowance you're even sending to your mother. But you're busy blowing it up on something else. Unasema hivi, but kwa sababu we always overestimate our income, underestimate our expenses. So unahisi kwamba matumizi yangu yako tu sawa kwa kipato changu. And then you think your kipato can cover all of it. Kumbe, your expenses are off the roof. Na kipato chako kinaweza kiko sawa, but because you don't know what's happening.
Yeah. You don't track it.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
If we could have a superpower.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've never thought of that.
Here's the chance.
What would I be? What would you be? Maybe if you share, as I think.
Usually I don't get asked questions, but
yes.
Okay. I think mind control or mind reading, not control. That's terrible. But to be able to read people's minds, I think would be a superpower I would like to have.
Okay, I think I would love my superpower. What I would love to have is to be able to provide everybody with their definition of freedom, like every individual. So you see, your definition of freedom maybe is to travel the world.
Yeah.
There you go. Somebody else is to retire.
To be able to
parents.
help people find that.
Yeah.
Find their
Not
why.
to find, to give it. You say the superpower.
Because
the process of getting people there is very cumbersome.
Okay.
So just give. And people just get to experience it. And maybe once they taste it, they were like, I want to keep this up. Because many people would tell you on this journey, why should I do all of this? Because again, nijibane. Maisha yanaenda. Right? So if they could taste, kidogo tu. Kama mimi navyotaste sasa hivi retirement, inakuwa kwaje? Maybe would have more people thinking of what to do with their money, right?
Right. Yeah, because they'll be more, again, intentional with their
Because
decisions and
dreaming
everything.
is free, but not everybody does it.
Say that again.
Dreaming is free,
Mhm.
but not everybody does it.
Not everybody dreams.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Most people wish. So somebody will see you, oh, Neema, you inspire me. I just want to be just like you, yada, yada. And if I give you a schedule of how I run my life, like since I woke up this morning, I think I had like 10 calls. And then I had to go and see a client at a restaurant. And then I had to get home, shower, look nice, come here with you. And then I'll go back home. There's still some work I need to go and do. You get? And between all that, I've already posted 20 stories on my Instagram. So you're saying you want to be like me, but you're wishing to be like me, but you don't want to do the work. You just want to arrive at it. Because if I show you what goes into it, it's not sexy.
So dreaming is the part that you're realizing what it takes. Is that what you mean?
Yes, like
Okay.
you can have, like I dreamt of retiring at 40.
Yeah.
And then, because they say whatever God places in you, there's a plan for it, there's provision for it.
Amen.
And then I started getting the knowledge. You know, you stumble onto a podcast and you're like, oh, okay, so there's fire movement.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I need to do with fire? Okay, so this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to find people who are educating Tanzanians in the Tanzanian context. Then I stumbled upon Let's Talk Finance. Then I stumbled upon my mentor, Busara. Then I got back into the stock market. Okay, so you need a community. Okay, let me try to sell a course and see if I'll get people. Oh, people are coming in and people are bringing more people. Okay, so this is my job. I want to quit it. You get?
Yeah.
So dreaming is free, but not everybody does it. Or when we get, because sometimes whatever I'm calling dream, it may be a vision you've been given. This is what he's here. You need to be doing with your life. This is where we see you. In the spirit realm, it's already done. So we want you in the physical to actualize it. But you don't take it in consideration kwa sababu inabidi tuendelee na maisha kama kawaida. That's why some people think when I share my story about the 100 million, they think it's a pipe dream. It's just a story. This lady is not serious because their mind has not yet gotten to that level. And they're not willing to stretch it.
Yeah.
So you get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so, and that's why dreamers are the ones who make it. Because hata kama wakifail, they're like, there's something. Maybe this route didn't work. Maybe this one. Okay, maybe, what did we learn?
Yeah.
Okay, this way.
Yeah.
And then tunarrive tunamwita overnight success.
Kumbe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Have you ever gotten any bad financial advice?
Financial advice. Oh, my mom's. Get a car and build a house. Isn't that financial advice?
It is financial advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to our parents, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The biggest argument we have right now with my mom is na aliniambia kabisa sina mafanikio ya kuonekana. So my friends had come home to pick my son to take him to the airport because they wanted to spend time with him before he leaves the country. So my mom had already started a conversation with me the week prior. Imagine uko nyumbani. That's the only thing she's talking about. Una mafanikio ya kuonekana, una gari, una nyumba. Anaambia, sali mwanangu, wezi jua. Ongea na Roho Mtakatifu. Kuna shida, afu unacheka. So for her, it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
And then my friends wakakuja, and we almost got late. Mamangu akaita, and my friends came with cars. Nakamwambia, hebu ongeeni na mwenzenu. And I told my friends, my mom is going to tell you, all wenu mwambie kwamba nina paper assets. Kwa sababu my mom will be like, hebu vuta hizo hela. Tujenge, tufanye hivi.
Yeah.
Nikamwambia all wenu, nyie endeleeni mwambie tunaongea naye. And aliwakalisha 30 minutes akiwaambia ongeeni na mwenzenu. Inabidi awe na mafanikio kuonekana. Unajua simuelewi. Au ameshikiliwa na kitu au ni nini? Na kuna mwanaume anamdanganya huko mjini anampa. My friends went through it. Wanajikaza kucheka hawawezi wala nini. So I don't know if it's bad financial advice. We are Africans. Nitajenga at some point. But I want to build with the returns of my investments. Sitaki kujenga kidogo kidogo.
Amen.
Nataka nipate dividend moja kutoka kwenye kampuni moja I own na dondosha mjengo. I do not want to do it because mimi tuna gorofa pale imeanza kujenga tangia nikiwa hivi na halijaisha mpaka leo hii. Tunaangaliana tu. Was it necessary? No. Kwa sababu sasa hivi wamebaki watu wawili mule ndani.
Neema, hivi vitu kama michezo, vikoba, and things of that nature, whether ni rasmi au sio rasmi, whether ni vikundi vya watu wachache wamejiunga, watu wa kazini, vingi sana pia vikogo kazini, watu wanakuwa wameanzisha kitu chao. What's your thought on that? Yani, what do you think about the model? What's the pro and cons of it na kadhalika?
Okay. So kwanza michezo, ili kuiweka sawa. Michezo is for people who lack saving discipline.
Okay.
Yani ni Wakenya wanaita merry-go-round. Your money just goes around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same amount of money.
Yes, it's the same amount of money. Ni kama vile wewe kila mwezi ungeka hiyo 10,000 ungekuwa na 120,000 mwisho wa mwaka. Lakini kwa sababu una hiyo discipline, and we advise for somebody ambaye ana struggle ku save, anaweza akatumia kama hiyo njia. So mimi nimecheza michezo. When I started my first job as a receptionist, mshahara kati ya diapers na commute ya kazi ukua utoshi. Kwa hiyo mdada wa kazi pale ofisini alikuwa ana michezo yake mtaani. So nikawa nacheza. Ile hela nikipata nilikuwa napeleka UTT because I wanted, na mimi ilikuwa sio hata kwa ajili ya emergency wala nini. I wanted to travel. So that was like naeka hela UTT ikue ili niweze ku travel again. Then I outgrew it obviously at some point. So it's ideal kwa mtu ambaye anajifunza ku save. Sawa? Sasa vikoba ni very important. Vikoba tunasema umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. So we come collectively, put money together, afu tunakopeshana kwa riba ndogo. I love calling vikoba as our own banking system.
Yeah.
Ukienda kukopa benki sijui riba ni 18, 19, lakini kuna vikoba kuna vingine vya 0%, wanasema wanasaidiana.
Yeah.
Kuna vingine 2%, kuna vingine 5%. 10% uko, but it's cheaper.
It's
cheaper loans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheaper and accessible.
Yes. What also I've come to learn about vikoba, mimi na vitatu ambavyo kimoja ni friends tangia chuo. Sasa hivi tuna mwaka wa 9 sijui. Tulianza kufanya kwamba ile ndio mwisho wa mwaka mnavunja, but now tumekifanya endelevu kwamba mnapeana gawio, and we're looking into also doing investments together. Right? Tumeanza mdogo. Yes, it's taken us a while, but you learn in the process. And then na kingine ambacho niliform na watu ambao nikutana nayo sasa wakati najitafuta financially, ile 2021. Ambacho hicho, you learn a lot from people, and I have learned, yani kikoba you learn different ways of how people do things. So na hicho nacho, it's ni endelevu, mnapeana gawio, but there is a way we motivate each other. It's more of, okay, umepata hela, unaipeleka wapi? Unaifanyia nini?
Okay.
It's not that strict. And then I have the third one, the rich auntie kikoba. Now this one is strictly for investment in shares and bonds. Yani ni hivi. Tukikopesha hela, it doesn't go to your account. It goes to your broker's account. Or tunalipa ile oda yako uliweka ya shares. Wewe ndo utatuambia. So we need details like your CDS account numbers, your broker's bank account details. Ili tunapopata hela, unapotaka mkopo, tunaweka kule inanunua, and then we also track. Kwa sababu mtu anaweza akasema, okay, what if ukanunua hizo shares akauza? No. We have a tracker whereby tunajua mwezi fulani tulikupa hisia milioni 10. Ukanunua hisa labda 10,000. Okay, tuko December. Hisa zako zinatakiwa ziwe 50,000. Why are they 30,000? Why did you? And that's also a basis for being disqualified from the kikoba. So you can use vikoba anyhow you want. I've seen some transform into microfinances. Unakuta unakuwa na mtaji mpaka unaweza kukopesha sasa taasisi. I've seen some become investment companies limited. I'll give you an example. Lakini ya mzee wangu haikuwa bado kipo. Wenyewe walianzishaga kama kikundi for social issues. Wachaga.
Msiba nini?
Kwa sababu wafanyabiashara wa Kariakoo wadogo na wakubwa. Wakaja pamoja wakaanzisha kitu kinaitwa kuda, kusaidiana daima. Because kama ukifiwa ile kusafirisha sijui fanya nini. And then at some point wakajikuta wana hela nyingi. So they started a limited company. Kama mwewe kusikia Mwenge Social Hall. That's their project also. Through their limited company, lakini ilianza huku. And when I lost my dad, and tuseme tangia naumwa, those people are the people nilikuwa nao from beginning till end. Mazishi, kusafirisha, they did all that. So the social part was covered.
Yeah.
And then kumbuka, there's dividends on whatever is owned that we also get. So group investment is something I love.
Yeah.
I've not yet gotten a way to do it the way those guys did it.
Yeah.
Nimegundua kwamba watu ambao hawajasoma sana, kwa sababu mimi babangu hata 7 kumaliza, it's easy for them to collect themselves and do stuff.
Okay.
Lakini sisi wasomi tuta-analyze, tutachora Excel graph, imepanda imeshuka, ili kuelewa if that's the right thing. So vikobas are very important. Yaani tuseme kama mimi sasa hivi tunajua okay, CRDB imekuwa ikipanda, lakini I have a feeling sasa hivi imeanza kushuka because we've seen what has happened today. So ikashuka. And maybe after looking at the fundamentals, kuangalia najua itapanda tena, and I need money haraka at very reasonable price, rates, ili niwekeze lump sum. So I'll do that. And then mimi nitapambana mkopo wangu kidogo. Sema watu wengi sasa vikoba wanafanya hivi. Tunakuja mimi Uisia na wenzangu, tunachangishana mwaka mzima, tunapambana marejesho sijui nini. Tukishagawana zile hela, tunaenda Dubai, tunaenda where do people go? Turkey. Where else do they go? China. We blow up the money, the next year tunaanza tena. So
it's a lifestyle.
Uoni what is the effect of that. But if you ask me, most of the loans have been taken za vikoba. Nimekuwa nikiwekeza. And then because I have an issue with sinking funds, ile kudunduiza ya kidogo. I have an issue. Nikiweka ya sehemu, tuseme kama nimeweka kwenye money markets, nikaiona inavyokuwa, I don't want to take it out.
Yeah.
So what I did, tuseme labda nina trip mwisho wa mwaka 10,000, I'll put hisa kwenye kikoba za that amount, yani kila mwezi. And then I'll take out the money, like a loan against my money, and then pay for the trip. So that way, it's sort of I've planned for the trip, and also because I struggle with sinking funds, there's a way nimeweza kujimanage. Again, don't try it at home. This is me, this is how my brain works. But now that niko kitaa, I can't do that. If I take a loan, ni investment. I cannot, if it's travel, itabidi nitafute tu hiyo hela kwingine. Yeah. Sijui nimeeleweka.
Umeeleweka. So basically, something else that I'm getting is you also have a diversified portfolio kwa namna hiyo then. So it's a little bit of everything. Not but everything. It's a little bit of many things.
High risk. Amesema very high risk. Because people are people. Mtu anaweza but then again, mkiwa na kikoba, obviously, these days mnaweza mkapata bank account.
Yeah, mna structure plan.
Yeah, and you can see the transfers and everything.
Yeah.
Au signatories wenu sasa kama ni mmechagua marafiki ambao siku wanaweza tu wipe out everything wakasainishana wakatoa hela. Hizo ni shida nyingine. Katiba ya kikoba inasemaje? Sababu kama nakwambia you are rich anti kikoba, yani inasema kabisa hela ukikopa zinaenda kwenye ABCD.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, you're disqualified as a member. Kuna uongozi wa aina gani? Who are the people wanaoshika huo uongozi? Mmewachagua, mmewafiki. What happens? Riba za mikopo zikoje? Kwa sababu huwezi kujoin kikoba riba ya 18. Si watu uende benki.
Yeah. It defeats the purpose. Okay. So we have a segment kwenye podcast yetu inaitwa Nje Boxing.
You okay?
It's okay.
I just hope you're not singing.
Breathe. That was a lie. Lakini kwenye Nje Boxing tunachofanya is we kind of like really zoom in on one particular topic or angle.
Okay, topic.
Ili for whatever reason, kama ikitokea kwamba mtu amesikiliza this episode na they've gotten maybe either an information overload or their brain was just darting around and they couldn't get the Msasa, basi hawezi kupata kwenye Nje Box. And something that I wanted to ask you today, since you're here with us, and since we've also learned that you've dabbled in, or you're dabbling, present continuous tense, you're dabbling in a number of different types of vehicles, so I want to give you a scenario, a case scenario, And then I want you to tell me if it was you or if it was up to you, how would you advise this person? Yeah, in terms of matumizi, planning, fedha anayotengeneza. So we have a person anaitwa Msasa. Okay, Msasa ni kijana yuko kwenye ajira au biashara, plus or minus ana kipato cha milioni 1 kwa mwezi. Yeah. And which means milioni 12 kwa mwaka. Ni mtu ambaye anatamani shughuli anayofanya inakula muda wake sana na inakula akili sana. Kwa hiyo pia sio mtu ambaye ana uwezo sana wa kufanya vitu vingine vingi vya pembeni. Pengine labda ni kwa sababu either kama ni biashara ni changa au kama ni kazi, yeye mwenyewe ni mchanga kwenye hiyo industry. Anahitaji afanye miaka yake 10 ili aweze kubobea na whatever. So Msasa this person called Msasa makes 1 million shillings a month. And they come to you, Richanti. Yeah, it's a dope name. They come to you, Richanti, like, hey, so I make this. Natamani, if I could just double this, from 12 a year to 24 a year, I feel it would give me a certain kind of peace and achievement in my life, because I know my limitations. This is the only way I make money for now. Neema, huyu mtu tunamshaurije?
Swali ni gumu. To make it 24 in how long? Is there a time frame?
Okay. Is there a time frame?
Yeah.
In 1 year.
Aingize 24 million instead of 1 million.
No.
Instead of 12 million.
Instead of 12 million, yeah.
So we're talking income. I see.
How do they double their income that they already make? It's a case scenario.
So tuongele kama yeye ni mwajiriwa.
Yes.
Because I relate more to
mwajiriwa.
That. Yes, mwajiriwa. So one, I would say, again, maybe I'm speaking from a place of privilege. Niliingia kwenye kampuni ambayo it's medium sized.
Yeah.
So everything is easily noticed.
Yeah.
But your skills, you need to make sure you increase your skills. You need to make sure you do a lot of things. There's a lady who said she does a lot of things from your team here.
Yeah.
And
#Winnie.
Yes.
Winnie in the house.
Employers love that. And employers are willing to pay more for somebody who can do
more.
Yeah. Because you're one line item in there. And then I would say also negotiate for a performance-based bonus. Most of us wait until end of the year to see if we get that. I'll give you a scenario. So I was working on tenders, so writing proposal, logistical solutions for mining and oil and gas companies in East and Southern Africa. So did I negotiate or was it in place? Let's say I negotiated. Let me take credit. So I negotiated that if I do win a tender, regardless of the country, that 25% of the profit of that project will be paid to me quarterly over the lifespan of the project. For instance, we won a project for Total in Mozambique, and it was $20 million. So the profit, that's the revenue.
Yeah.
So the profit from that would be paid to me. It was a 3-year contract. Would be paid to me every quarter, 25% every quarter.
So you were doing revenue share with the...
Yes.
Yeah.
And every employer loves that, because if you don't get it, you don't.
Nobody got it.
If you get it, I get money, you get money. Yeah. So,
and besides, it's off the profit, so it's after costs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the stuff like that. But that's a lot of hard work also. I would say find a new job. Don't ask me why I stayed in one place for 9 years, 2 months.
Yeah.
I also can't explain that myself, but I think I'll get to the reasons. We know that raises when you're in the same company, haziwezi zikawa that much. Yes. Unless, I don't know, you're special and I don't know, your boss can make such decisions. So increase your market value. So be very good at what you do.
Yeah.
that the market
The
cannot
market.
ignore you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in logistics. Who are the players in logistics? Are you, and we talk actually, in logistics industry, I'm using, because we'd know, even when I resigned and I was telling everybody I'm going home, people didn't believe it. So they started asking around, where is she going? Because ni kadogo, kadunchu hivi. So the other players, do they know that you're really good at what you do? And is it really for you to walk? Is it easy for you to walk into another person's office and say, this is what I'm worth? And they're willing to pay you that. Yeah, right? So I would say so many things, but you say this person doesn't have time to do anything else on the side.
So basically, they're coming to you because they want to say, hey, this is how much I earn. I'd like to start investing some of this.
Okay.
And I'm willing to pay the price.
I cannot advise 12 million to 24 million in a year.
Okay. So what can
unless we are gambling.
So what can you?
What I can advise is have a target. Have a target of what you want, how much you want to.
24 is the target.
In that time frame has.
So what time frame would you recommend?
Okay, wait. When you say 24, you mean 24 annually as an income or 24 in your investments? Turudi hapo. Income.
Yeah.
So it means you want $1 million more.
Yes.
Each month from your investments.
That guy called him Msasa does.
Msasa.
Yes.
$1 million more from your investment each month.
Yes.
Through investing.
Yes, because that gives them, because for instance, that
in 1 year
means, yes.
No, so I would say,
yes,
I do not have a solution for you getting that way in 1 year.
Okay.
That would be, I don't know, we'll have to find something has crazy returns.
Okay.
Because that's 100%.
That's 100%.
Yes. It can happen with the stock market when your shares appreciate, like what we saw with CRDB.
Yeah.
In the span of 2 months, 790 to 1,500 and 90 today. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that happens because there's craziness. It's not guaranteed. So I would say there are different ways to manage your money. So depending with what you're trying to do and what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
I look like I'm detail oriented, but I can't deal with that. So I usually use something called pay yourself first.
Okay.
So my goal was every time I would get an income, any sort of income, 50% goes into investing.
Okay.
Hiyo 50% iliyobaki ndo nikiamua nisilipe kodi, nisilipe bili ya maji, that's up to me.
Yeah.
Niinywe yote, nifanye nini, that's my problem.
Yeah.
And for me it worked because then I've already taken out that amount of money for the goal. Hii nyingine nita manage. And with human beings the way you are, when you limit yourself, unaishi ndani ya ile 50%. Yes.
Yeah.
And then kuna wale the beginners, they just want something simple, ndo ile the famous 50-30-20% rule, whereby we tell you 50% you spend on your needs, 30% on your wants, but I usually say I think 30% should be on your savings and investment, and then 20% on your wants. So on the 30% also 10% inatakiwa irudi kwa Mungu kama una imani hiyo, then 10% into savings, and then 10% into investments. If you just want something simple, right?
Yeah.
And then 20% into your wants, vitu unavyopenda, kwa sababu it's money. You should also have fun when you're with it. Sio kwamba unajinyima. And then kuna wale wenzangu ambao they're very detail oriented. Wale tunaambiaga zero based budgeting. Wana Excel.
Yeah.
Ina mstari wa kila kitu. Yaani akichukua income to expenses ambazo kuna savings na investment is equals to zero. Yaani wana hizo budget zao za hivyo. Kuna hao wa hivyo. At the end of the day is unaulizwaga what do you have in your hand? Before I tell you go and look for more money, I think that's the question God is going to ask you. Nimekupa 1M. What are you doing with it? Kwa sababu after that nikikwambia sasa ile 10% labda tuanze kuweka labda UTT au tuanze kununua shares. I'm not saying you get to 24M, but what I'm saying is you get, at the end of the year, you'll be somewhere better than where you are when
Right
you
now.
began, when you came to me.
Yeah.
So I want people to understand that building wealth is a long-term journey. Yeah. So kwa sababu, kwa hiyo kama unataka miujiza ya in 1 year vitu vidabo, I can't tell you that. I'm not a trader, I'm an investor.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 11 years.
Yeah.
And I can just say maybe this year ndo naona ani mambo yanaenda. Kumbe things can happen. And it's because of just we are in a bull run. And at some point it's going to end. But you can see kumbe uwekezaji unaweza kukua kwa kasi. But that doesn't make me forget that it's a long-term journey. So mdogo mdogo, unajua unapoenda. Let's build it slowly. Ukianza hizi opportunities za kusema unataka vitu vikue haraka, ndio unaishia na zile scams zetu.
Yeah.
The calendars, LBL. Imagine, eti mtu kuangalia movie unalipa. Anyways, those sort of things. And then unapoteza hela. And then the 1M is not even, the 12M is zero now. Yeah, and if you say, basi mimi nitabaki na hii 12M nitumie yote ishe, because you fear maybe, Neema, what if ninunue shares leo kwa labda 1,500, afu in 10 years ikashuka mpaka 1,000. You know, the thing is, tuseme uliweka laki, okay, leo kwa 1,500. In 10 years ikawa buku. You've lost 500, right, by each share. If you ate the money today, you'd have zero in 10 years. But if share imepungua bei, you still have some money. You're better off than most of the population.
Yeah.
So I think people need to think of it that way. From the psychology of money, where he says that we think money is logic. It's not. We don't do logic with money. Yani hata mimi navyo invest with everything I know. It's still my emotions. It's still my upbringing. There are things that drive me to do the things the way I do them. Yes. Things like I know, how do I put it? When I was young, I didn't have the dresses I wanted to have because my dad is saying, basic needs, I'm covered. When you get your own money,
you do whatever you want.
Yes. And I did that when I got employed. When I got employed and I got to a point where I was comfortable enough to now start spending on myself, I did that. I had dresses for days, 365 dresses and some more. So I could wear a dress every day of the year and not repeat. Yes. So what I do now is make sure the money is not accessible. Because, and somebody will say, why? Just leave the money in the bank account so that if you get an opportunity, you can do this real quick. No, it's because I have the fear of, if I see something nice, and I've been seeing a lot of nice things lately, yes, I would just buy it because it's in my nature. Also, not taking loans, even for investment, it's a hassle because growing up, that's what I was told. Like, even the reason why I don't drink is because when we were young, my mom kept telling us, unless you have a house and a car, you should not drink alcohol. As they drank alcohol, me and her and my dad, and they would tell me and my young brother that. So growing up, you have that in your back of your mind, and I don't have a car or a house, so I'm still not drinking.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I'm not getting a car and a house.
So at least now we know when we're going to pop that bottle.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why I'm not getting the car and the house, because I don't want to drink.
That's not why. But that's really solid advice. Basically, what I gathered is, first of all, it's not about turning 1 million or 12 million into 24 million as quickly as possible. You kind of need to take a couple of steps before. And I'm translating what I gathered. The steps being, one, again, comes back to self-awareness. Who are you? How do you function? How do you operate? And what works for you? So for instance, are you able to live off 50%? Because sometimes you're not. Are you able to live off 50%? So that's the first sacrifice. And then what do you do with the remaining 50%? Are you somebody who wants to be able to live a little and save as well? Because that ties back to timeline and how long it will take you to get to that 24 goal. Because you've got a number goal, but now you figure out the timeline based on those decisions. Or are you somebody who can save all of it and pay the price now to enjoy it later? Cynthia. And then, again, it comes back to who you are and what is the reason for doing this. Also, is there an opportunity to make more? Which is hence, maybe, do you want to explore doing something else? Or can you raise your value so that 1 becomes 2 or 3 or 4? And is that something that can happen there or elsewhere? Cynthia?
Yeah.
And then when all of this is said and done, the fact that you do something is better than not doing it at all.
Yes.
Because even, for instance, even when you lose some, you still are left with some as opposed to chopping it all away. Isn't there? Neema umetubless sana. Thank you for making time today.
Thank you.
Karibu tena Msasani.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. I didn't feel pressured. Now I'm worried.
Except for the singing.
Yeah. I didn't feel pressured.
Yeah.
It's just the part I say cut, Said. Cut.
Lol. Every once in a while, tunapokea feedback kwamba podcast yetu ni ngumu kumeza. Ila sasa, tunafanyaje? Maana uhalisia wa stories za watu waliofanikiwa, ukiangalia na ukidadisi na ukiwauliza maswali mazuri, unagundua kwamba it wasn't easy. Kuna ugumu ndani yake, kuna sacrifices ndani yake. Na ndio maana tunaendelea kukukaribisha kwenye Msasa, where we talk to successful people about failure.